Hello Google, welcome back to another video of kind of the nNode usage. I'm going to talk about why we need specifically docs and sheet scope as a whole, and why the drive picker won't be enough for the full functionality of nNode, and how that's important. So I built 3 workflows to be able to showcase that. The first one is the daily to-do generator. Basically what this does is at the end of the day, every single day, it will go and scan all the new documents that my teammates have shared with me, whether that's sheets or docs or PDFs that people on my team have shared with me. It's going to analyze all of those documents and create a to-do list out of it. So that's an example of how the picker wouldn't be sufficient, because people are going to be operating with their Google Drive outside of nNode a lot throughout the day. And the point of nNode is to be able to automate those tasks and be able to streamline efficiency and productivity. So if people are going to be sharing documents with me and editing documents that I didn't originally add to the picker, for example, new documents that are shared to me, we need an ability to be able to access those documents and be able to do things with them. So this example is a daily to-do generator. It analyzes all documents, as you see here, in the last 24 hours. It creates a prioritized to-do list for the following day, so you can kind of start off your day productively. First, it's going to find those shared documents, so it's going to go to the shared documents folder, and it's going to look at the last 24 hours and include all document types, including docs, sheets, and PDFs. It's going to gather those shared documents. It's going to analyze those documents to extract to-do items, whether those are specifically identified to-do items or just noting deadlines and priorities, and be able to create its own to-do list out of it. Then it's going to organize their to-do list and create a to-do document, and generate that to-do document for you to be able to look at the next morning. That's a good example for how the scope of the drive and the picker won't really be able to use. Keep in mind that this is going to be on a daily schedule. If we look at our calendar, this is a workflow. The daily to-do generator is run every single day at 6 p.m. So at the end of the day, that's be able to run. If you tried to use the picker, you would have to manually go in and select the documents that were shared. And obviously, as an AI automation, that's completely useless. This is something we would need full access for. Let me give another example. This lead outreach automation. This is an example of, we have many people at the company using a CRM to be able to identify leads. These could be customer leads, these could be investor leads, or other kind of conversations that need to happen. And these are often exported as CSV. An example of this is like using an investor finder, or using your CRM list of customers and exporting these documents and adding them to Google Drive. So these kind of outreaches are put into spreadsheets and added to Google Drive throughout the day. And then this is an automation that basically goes through and finds new spreadsheets that were given, identifies their emails, identifies who they are, and uses an agent to analyze these spreadsheets for leads, and then extracts that data and categorizes that lead, whether that's going to be the specific company that it's coming from, the specific type of customer or investor that it might be able to be. But once it's categorized that leads, it's going to be able to draft customer emails. We then draft those emails and get ready to send for a human to be able to send them. The key point to this is that new documents are going to be added daily, similar to the automated to-do list, but in this case it's going to be specifically spreadsheets that are added with different lists of customers and outreaches. One way we're able to move very fast at nNode and help our customers move very fast is being able to automate these things. And allow people to automate their outreach to whether that's customers or all sorts of different types of outreach. So that's an example of how the sheets scope, we need the full sheet scope, and the picker is not going to be sufficient. Obviously, people can't go in every single day and pick these items. That would defeat the whole purpose of the automation. And finally, my personal favorite of these 3 different examples is going to be the transcript automation analyzer. One of our big value props at nNode is that nNode is a product that's listening to your meetings. It's acting as a regular employee, so it shows up to your meetings via Google Meets transcription, via Plod, which is it's a hardware that kind of listens to in-person meetings, and we have a Zapier automation, because Plod only interacts with Zapier, so we can't do that with nNode. We have a Zapier automation that sends those into the Google Drive, so we constantly get new transcripts added to our Google Drive on a daily basis, honestly multiple times a day. So this automation, what it does is at the end of every week, it's going to find new transcripts from that week. So it's going to look for the last 7 days, any new transcript added, whether that's from Plod or Google Meets. It's going to analyze those transcripts and understand what automations or what improvements can be made to different nNode workflows. It's then going to go and build out automation prompts. So it's going to build out prompts that we can then send to nNode to build out these automations. So asynchronously, it's going to be able to understand new transcripts that were added, understand what was talked about and what the needs of the company are and the needs for automation are, and then it's going to go and create prompts to be able to build nNode workflows to be able to automate those processes in the future. As far as what those automations are going to be, that also would really work with the picker, but specifically these new transcripts added, we can't expect, when we want to be able to automate the ingestion of these transcripts, we can't expect users to use the picker to be able to find them, and we need full document access to all of these different transcripts to be able to build these new automations. And then it's going to also do kind of recommendations to new workflows. Let's say, for example, my X automation to be able to post on X, I've decided that it's not funny enough, and I say that on a call. This workflow would be able to understand that I think that my X workflow is not funny enough. It would create then a prompt to update my X workflow to make it more funny in whatever way it thinks is best. Be able to run that automation on its own to be able to upgrade our workflows and upgrade our output as a company without having to manually go in. And the whole point of having full access to these automations, full access to these docs and to these spreadsheets, is to allow for this full automation, and using the picker for some scenarios is going to be efficient enough, but for most and for the full access of nNode's capabilities, we really need this full scope. So that's kind of our pitch to be able to do that. Please let me know if you need any more information.